This jacket is a masterpiece of modern engineering. Lightweight, breathable, and completely waterproof. It's also laced with chemicals so toxic, they're called forever chemicals.
They last for a very long time in the environment and in humans.
PFAS aren't just in your cycling gear. They're in the water you drink, waterways, and even our blood. These chemicals never break down and they're building up inside us. Today, we're talking about how something as simple as your jacket could be putting your health at risk. The real question is, though, what's the next step, not only to protect our bodies, but our planet's future? The first waterproof cycling jackets were basically plastic bags, cheap, crinkly, and unbreathable. Then came the Gabba, better, but not fully waterproof. Finally, there's the Shake Dry, and it changed everything. Ultra light, truly waterproof, and really breathable. But there's a catch. This miracle relies on PFAS. What exactly is PFAS?
Well, it stands for perfluoroalkyl or polyfluoroalkyl substances.
Used to repel water and stains in all sorts of products.
Some studies suggest certain types of PFAS may be associated with fertility issues, increased risk of certain cancers, and thyroid disease.
Outdoor brands loved PFAS for unbeatable waterproof performance. Gore-Tex membranes rely on it, especially high-end versions like Shake Dry. The problem, PFAS can shed over time, right into the environment. Just because you can't see it doesn't mean it's not in there. And in fact, the EPA says that there shouldn't be more than 4 parts per trillion in any body of water. So if I took this spray here and I sprayed it once, that is enough for 115 of pools this size. Even if your jacket never sheds PFAS, the manufacturing process does, polluting water supplies worldwide. Companies have known this for decades and yet kept pushing for performance at all costs. In Maryland, the state's Attorney General sued Gore-Tex for PFAS contamination in water, claiming their practices have harmed communities. This isn't just about the products, it's about the manufacturing process that releases these chemicals into the environment. Even as Gore-Tex plans to phase out PFAS by 2025, the damage caused by decades of production still weighs heavily. These lawsuits are just beginning as more states adopt bans on PFAS in consumer products. As the awareness around PFAS chemicals grows, brands are scrambling to market themselves as part of the solution. Some are touting chemical-free gear and eco-friendly alternatives. But is this really the breakthrough we've been waiting for, or is it just a classic case of greenwashing? Take a look at some of the new marketing efforts from big brands, highlighting their PFC-free jackets and claiming to be leading the charge in sustainable outdoor gear. The reality, the transition away from PFAS is difficult and costly. As of January 2025, new regulations in states like California and New York are banning the use of PFAS in apparel. Companies like Gore-Tex have already started phasing out PFAS, with the new PFAS-free membranes released in 2022. But these chemicals are far from gone. PFAS have been so widely used in outdoor gear that eliminating them from supply chains is a monumental task. While it's great that some brands are making the shift, the transition has been slow and difficult, with new alternatives still being tested for performance. And even after switching, some gear companies are still dealing with the residual PFAS that may be used in other manufacturing processes like extrusion, lubrication, and dyeing. While many outdoor companies have already phased out PFAS in their gear, the replacement materials are still a work in progress. New PFAS-free options like polyurethane coatings and plant-based treatments are improving, but performance is still catching up. The challenge for brands has been achieving the same level of waterproofing and breathability without these chemicals.
The apparel industry is now moving away from using fluorine-based DWR treatments, sometimes known as PFAS, in order to reduce its chemical impact. We've created a PFAS-free DWR treatment that offers best-in-class performance.
When shopping for PFAS-free, look for certifications like bluesign or OEKO-TEX to ensure the product is truly free of harmful chemicals. If you have an older jacket with PFAS, it's probably safe to continue wearing it, but you should avoid excessive wear and tear. It's also important to remember that PFAS chemicals are a persistent in the environment, so keeping your gear for as long as possible while properly caring for it will minimize waste and reduce your environmental footprint. You can extend the life of your jacket with proper care, like reapplying water repellent treatments like Nick Wax. But be mindful of how these garments are disposed of, as their chemical coatings can leach into the environment. Some brands offer buyback or take-back programs, which can help prevent that. It may never match Shake Dry exactly, but we're getting close without poisoning ourselves or the planet. Here's what you can do. Number 1. Check labels for PFC-free or non-fluorinated DWR. Number 2, buy smart. Invest in long-lasting gear to cut waste down. Number 3, push for change. Support brands going PFAS-free. PFAS may be invisible, but the impact isn't. The outdoor industry helped create this mess. Now it's on us, cyclists, adventurers, gear nerds, to demand something better. Because the best rides shouldn't come with hidden risks.